Good morning and happy Mermaid Marathon day 1. So we have kind of an unconventional start to the week. I have had an insane month of June. Jeff had his appendix out, kind of an emergency surgery, and it has been a very long recovery and it has been a very, very stressful month. My parents' dog died and a bunch of crazy stuff happened on top of everything else. So I'm really excited to be doing this marathon. So today I actually took Jeff to work for the first time in 3 weeks. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to stay the whole day, so I am staying up here in Orange County where he works, and I'm going to go to a used bookstore that opens in like an hour or so and check out and see if they have any used books, because they have one that's open up here. And then I'm going to go to a plant store and get some more plants to plant in the backyard, some more garden veggies and things. And hopefully by the time I'm done with that, we can see whether he's going to stay at work all day or whether I need to take him home. So I'm not starting off the day kind of typically. It's 8 o'clock. I got up at 6:30. I dropped him off, and now I'm just kind of chilling in the car and doing this vlog for you guys. So Ledge is here with me. We might go walk too if we need to burn some more time before the bookstore opens. Yeah, so my plan for today, sorry it's really dark, my plan for today, I actually am going to start Wake by Amanda Hocking on audiobook, and I'm just going to listen to that while I drive around. It's about a 7-hour audiobook, so it should only take me like 4 hours. My goal is to finish that one today so I can get started on a good start, and then I have to decide which book I'm going to start once I get home and see like what time I get home and how much I can get done and things like that. So happy Monday. Hope you guys are having a good start to your week, and I will just see you when I have more updates. Okay, sorry, it's really dark and I look kind of crazy because my bangs were driving me nuts. So I just got home and it is 2:30. So Jeff works almost an hour from our house, and then I drove almost another hour to go to this bookstore, and then he wanted me to go get him some like juice and stuff to have with lunch because he's still not really doing well with like solid foods. And I also went to a garden store and I grabbed some breakfast. So I have been gone a very long time. I also walked Ledge a little bit while I was waiting for things to open. So I got a giant haul of books. Most of them are going to be for like trading or for things on my friend's wish list, and I might have a few for selling too. So I'm not going to show you anything I'm not going to keep, but I'll give you a sneak peek of that later. I think I got a book in the mail that's outside. But I just wanted to check in here and let you guys know what was up for the rest of the day. I listened to probably like at least 2 hours, if not 3, of Wake by Amanda Hocking on audiobook. I'm listening to it on Scribd, which I don't love. It's like really hard for me to tell like how much I have left because it just tells you how much you have left in the chapter instead of the whole book. So not my favorite audiobook listening, but it was an easier way for me to get it on there. I'm really liking it actually. I'm really surprised it's got really mixed reviews. I know a lot of people that like the first book but don't like the rest of the series, so we'll see. I did find the second audiobook on Hoopla, and they're both really short, so if I go through things pretty fast I might actually listen to the first 2, because I would like to get a solid idea if I like this quartet, because if I don't, I'm just gonna unhaul it and get it out of here because it's been on my shelves for quite a while. But for now, I am going to eat something. I haven't eaten anything except for breakfast at like 8:30. And then I'm going to work because I've got some stuff to do on the computer from home and get some things ready for tomorrow. And then hopefully I can update you guys on the books that I got and also what I plan on physically reading. Today is kind of a crazy day with Jeff going back to work for the first time and just a really busy week. This is when we did Mermaid Marathon last year too, and it's my brother's birthday week and my sister's birthday week and 4th of July, so may the odds be ever in my favor with reading. So I'll update you guys in a little bit. Okay, sorry for all the background noise. Jeff is on his way home, and I am going to start The Seafarer's Kiss by Julie Ember. Got my little homemade bookmark here. And I'm going to read for at least 30 minutes. I've got a lot more projects and things to do, so I'll do those in a minute. But we're going to get some reading done for this dang readathon. A Little Mermaid retelling. Good morning and happy Mermaid Marathon day 2. Okay, so running a little bit behind today. It is Tuesday and I am getting ready to go and run to the chiropractor. I go to the chiropractor on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I'm gonna walk ledge at a park nearby, and while I do that I will listen to my audiobook. I'm over halfway through listening to Wake. Yay! It's going really well. I'll talk about that when I get back. And then yesterday I started Seafarer's Kiss, and I'm almost halfway through that as well. It's very short. Also really enjoying it, but I have some thoughts. When I get back, I'll show you guys the books that I got yesterday for myself, the trade that I got in, and we'll talk about all the mermaidy things. But for now, I'm gonna go run my errands. Okay, I am back. We did like a 35-minute walk and then it started to get hot, so we stopped, so I might go again later. But I was listening to Wake the entire time, so I have like an hour and 30 minutes left, which will probably only take me like 45 minutes because I listen at a faster speed. So first book in the Water Song Quartet. Been on my TBR for a very long time, and I have all four, so it's kind of been haunting me because I was like, if I don't like them, I need to just unhaul them. Has very mixed reviews as the series continues on. I am loving this one. The narrator's really good. I'm really loving this first book. We're following two sisters in this like beachy town that might be an island, I'm not sure. They both have their own side stories. There's a group of like really mysterious, pretty girls that seem dangerous. There are two guys in here that each of the sisters are kind of interested in, and there's lots of magic and mermaidy things, and there's lots of also like Greek mythology thrown in here. I haven't studied Greek mythology in a while. Like I used to be really into it in high school, but I haven't been like refreshed in a while, so I'm not sure how much of it is like accurate. I think most of it is accurate. So they consider themselves more sirens, but this is great. I'm loving it. So I've already got the second book on hold. I'm just going to dive immediately into that because I can get it on audiobook. And the last two, I don't think that I can. Jeff might be able to find them for me. I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to check and look and see if I can find them some other places, because I'd like to just knock this out. If I could knock it out for this vlog, that would be amazing. But otherwise, I'll knock it out really soon. So then I started The Seafarer's Kiss yesterday. This is a really short Little Mermaid retelling. This is like 190 pages, something like that. 212 pages, but it's like very like small as well. I believe this is a female romance, and that's how it's like seeming. So this is like a mermaid who lives on an ice shelf, I think in Antarctica. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if it really specifies. Back in like olden times, and there are like whale hunters and all kinds of things, and she collects things from humans, and there is this whole ceremony where the mermaids have to go and see how many like eggs they have, basically for fertility, to see how viable they are for the male merman, and for the male merman to kind of pick them. So there's like a feminist aspect to it that I think our main character is going to kind of break out of. So far, this type of feminist book I am okay with. It doesn't seem to be like completely hating on men. That's like my only thing with feminist books, is I don't like it when it's like a man-hating book. Obviously I don't mind feminism, but I just don't like it when there's like a bunch of negativity around men, and that's kind of like the theme of the book, which so far this is not, and I'm really enjoying it. Very unique and different. I feel like I'm either gonna really love this or really hate it, depending on how it goes. And I think this might be a duology as well, so we'll have to see. So those are my goals for today. Now I want to show you guys, my friend Brittany sent me some books, so I want to show you guys those. So she was unhauling some things and wanted to see if I wanted them. She has a Book of the Month edition of House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. This is actually one of my favorite reads from last year. I thought this was going to be mermaidy. It's not, but it's very oceany themed, and there's like a water god, but it's really a 12 Dancing Princess retelling. I absolutely love it. I already own this one, but I think I'm going to swap out my edition for this one if there's anything special about it. If there's not, I'm just going to keep it, and I will save it for the giveaway for Mermaid Marathon next year. I have a pile already starting to go up. Even though it's not a mermaid book, it'll still qualify. And she sent me the Goddess Test trilogy. I actually unhauled these because I couldn't find the first book, so I unhauled the two that I had. These are all in paperback, but that's okay. Goddess Test, Goddess Interrupted, and Goddess Inheritus. I was actually having a hard time finding these in hardback. So Greek mythology as well, so that's kind of good timing. And then she sent me a copy of Valiant by Leslie Livingston. I haven't read this one yet. Kind of a retelling on Gladiator, so Sounds cool. And I'll show you guys what I got yesterday at the bookstore. I actually got a ton of books yesterday, but a lot of them are just for trading and selling purposes and friends that were looking for things. So I'm only going to show you the ones I'm keeping. So sneak peek for July book haul. I got Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. I don't have this first book. I want it in hardback, but it was $1, and since libraries aren't open, I have a backup. Amber and Dusk by Lyra Celine. I actually don't know what this is about, but I've kind of had it on my TBR for a while because it looks cool. And this was kind of neat. I got a compilation, so this is Foretold, 14 stories of prophecy and prediction with stories from Laini Taylor, Meg Cabot, Rochelle Mead, and various authors, and it's edited by Carrie Ryan, so that's a nice little, like, compilation book. I got a copy of Twilight, the graphic novel, volume 1. I had this one and I actually just recently traded it, even though I really, really liked it because she had something else I wanted. So I found it again, so yay. And then I got New Moon, graphic novel, volume 1. I think there are 3 or 4 in each of the books series. So this is an adaptation by Young Kim, and it just, I really enjoyed the first one, like a ton. Yay, Twilighty things. And since the new book's coming out too, I might actually reread these for celebration of the new book coming out. Last and most exciting thing that I got was Immortal Reign by Morgan Rhodes. This is book 6 in the Fallen Kingdom series, which I really need to read. I've heard amazing things. And now I have the complete series, so I have no excuse. I need to get into it. Very excited. Okay, so now I'm gonna go eat some lunch because it's almost 11:30 and I didn't have any breakfast. And then I'm going to, I think, do some garden chores. I need to fertilize and like spray for bugs and all kinds of things. I can't do some of it right away, but I think because I'm going to do that, I'm going to give you guys a garden tour. So I will put a timestamp when I start it because it'll probably be quite a long one. I know a lot of you guys are really interested in the garden, and it looks amazing, and it looks completely different from the last time I showed you guys in my Akatar vlog back in February. I'm having an amazing gardening year. A couple hiccups here and there, but so far I've gotten tons of food. Really, really, really excited. I'm going to pick some tomatoes and squash and stuff, and I'm so happy. It has been saving me through 2020, just soothing my soul and being good with your hands in the dirt and all that kind of stuff. And I have a lot of garden chores to do, but I'll just listen to my audiobooks while I do that, and I'll make some time to try and finish the Seafarer's Kiss today and hopefully start something else. So we'll do that coming up now. It's really bright, you guys, so you'll just have to forgive me. This is the time of day I'm filming. And as always, things are in progress. But as you can see, we've done quite a bit since the last tour, so I'm actually going to harvest some things while we do this video. So I'm going to do a tour of absolutely everything back here, so I'll put a timestamp at the bottom if you guys don't care about gardening, but we're going to get started because things are kind of awesome. So we definitely need to water our grass. I don't remember if you guys knew, but last year we were putting this in, and it's looking pretty good. We definitely need to weed and stuff, but doing good. So over here we have a little miniature rose, only one blooming. I have a poinsettia pepper in a little pot. There's some catnip. I've got a little trellis, I'll show you in a second. Some overwintered mums from fall. This is a bean tower with some lettuce as well. Some green beans, they haven't bloomed yet. Jeff built me these stairs for my birthday, which I don't think you have seen yet because he's awesome, and also this bed. So last year we had one big bed in the middle and then this bed in the side, and now we have 2 because it's easier for me to get in and out of. So I also have these little hanging lanterns that I'll show you guys later tonight. So we'll do a quick little overview. This bed I've kind of been struggling with. I didn't do the same things that I did with the other ones. So it's either not getting watered enough or there's not enough nutrients. It's still doing okay. It's just that the other beds look amazing, and this one, everything seems a bit smaller. So I've got some more green beans right here. They're all in different stages. We've got some carrots that I need to harvest today because they're getting a little bit old. And then we've got quite a few peppers and a really big green bean plant like right here that looks really great. A couple of flowers on the edges, some cinnamon basil, and then a cucumber that's kind of growing up that way. But the rest of the plants are either Swiss chard, like down here, or peppers, and nothing is really super ready yet except for the carrots over here. So still kind of working on like amending this bed with good nutrients and stuff. Then we have a hanging basket of parsley, doing great. We've got a couple things of celery. There's another eggplant down here and a purple basil, which is kind of weirdly become variegated. And then we've got onions. I also need to start harvesting. We'll show you guys in a second. I planted some cucumbers back here and also another like climbing bean to go up this trellis. I need to finish painting this fence, but I've painted the rest of it. Then we have one zucchini plant down here, and there's some little baby zucchinis forming. I've gotten a ton off of that plant. And then we have this giant cosmos flower, which I thought was going to be really small like my other one, but it turns out it was like 4 or 5 feet tall. Like 4 feet tall and absolutely huge, but it's so pretty that I just left it. Hopefully you can see that. And then I have a pepper back here that got attacked by something that we need to figure out. Some cilantro and a little flowering hanging basket. We have a tomato called Better Boy in this one that I haven't gotten anything from. So now we'll go to the second bed over here. So this is a patty pan squash intermixed with a cosmos. This is how tall I thought that other one was going to be over there, and it's not. I mixed the seeds up. So this is a patty pan squash. I don't think that there's anything ready yet to show you, but I'll show you inside. Mostly just the male flowers right now, which are these guys that don't have fruit on the bottom. But he's getting ready to produce a whole bunch again. And then this is kind of the pepper and eggplant bed that's more further along. So in here we have some, hopefully you can see this, cayenne peppers, and there are just tons of them. They haven't turned red yet, but I'm really excited because I grew this one from seed. And then we have, let me go down here, a banana pepper. These are looking great, probably ready to harvest a couple. We have a jalapeno that is producing tons and tons of jalapenos. It's just going nuts. And then we have, I'm trying to find the ones that are actually producing. This is another cucumber right here on the edge. This is a Kajari melon that I've kind of let spill over the side. This is a pepper called Jimmy Nardello. We have this really tall, happy eggplant, and he produces, I think this is an Ichiban. Let me see if I can get the lighting good. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's this really long eggplant right there. Cucumbers kind of coming out this side too. And then over here we have a big lemon basil. And I don't think I'm getting any peppers off these yet, but we'll just wait and see. Then I have, this is designated my sunflower bed, but I've got some other stuff in here too. These are sunflowers that are kind of done. And then we've got some new sunflowers coming up. They're doing okay. Not as good as when we had the rain. This is an acorn squash. I think I have a baby forming. The flower opened yesterday, but something like ate the flower and it's gone now. And I don't know if I've got a critter problem or what, but hopefully that got pollinated and had enough time. Then we've got another eggplant right here. I think this is a Black Beauty and a calendula. I have this awkward trellising plant. This is called a Mexican sour gherkin, and these are called cucamelons as well. They look like baby watermelons, but they taste like slightly lemony cucumbers, and I like to make pickles with them. They're so awesome. I got like a bunch more plants. Baskets, birds of paradise. We're gonna go on up here. This is the start of the tomato section. This guy's about done, so he's looking a little worse for wear. Just a little hanging basket tomato. I'm gonna pick some of these today. Then this is my tomato wall, which is doing amazing. So I planted a pumpkin right here. He doesn't seem like he's getting enough water, or he's not too happy, but apparently he still wants to make pumpkins. So this is my tomato wall. We've got yellow pear. This is called a Paul Robeson. This is really cool. This one's called a Reese tomato. It's basically like a bunch of cherry tomatoes all clustered together. can see he's starting to turn down there. I planted some basil in between and also a row of green beans and marigolds. This one is called a Rapunzel. Kind of these nice, pretty trellises. Bush Glacier. We've got a Brandywine Black. This one's called a Juliet. So I'll probably always plant that one just because of the name. This one's really struggling. I'm just waiting for these last 4 to come out and then I'm going to plant something else in its place. I think this one might be a Jubilee. It's supposed to be kind of like bright orange. This is pretty much my favorite cherry tomato right now, called Dancing with Smurfs. Like this blue cherry tomatoes. Really cool. This is called Sun Sugar. It's my favorite flavor wise. They do these really nice little like yellow tomatoes. This is called Lemon Boy, which I've been really impressed with. He's kind of loaded down. I have quite a few I need to pick. I'm gonna make salsa later. This one is called Garden Peach. Really pretty. This is called the Aladdin's Lamp. He kind of has like a bell shape. He's really cool. This is called Candyland, and I had this one last year, and it does these really tiny cherry tomatoes. Then we have a Sun Sugar, and then another kind of peach. And then we got over here, I have a giant Birds of Paradise that needs trimmed. And then we have some catnip, which is my favorite herb. So this is the top section we're gonna go explore. All my gladiolas are blooming, so awesome. Nasturtium right here. This is called a straw flower. I can't even film it, it's so huge. This is a small sugar pie pumpkin. It's a little bit eaten, so I need to kind of come do that. He's not doing anything yet. These are gladiolas. So pretty. Really beautiful. Then I've got some lettuce growing down here because it's a little bit more shaded, and I mean, look how beautiful. So lovely. Bunch of lettuces. I need to come and replant a bunch of this stuff. This is the herb fairy garden. It's really wild. I need to clean it up really bad. We've got some mint down here. I planted it like this before I knew you weren't supposed to plant mint in beds because they'll kind of take over. There's bees everywhere in here. Some oregano that's blooming, going out of control. We've got some iris bulbs dying back. This is called holy basil. It's a really nice herb. Another catnip. This is stevia. So you can dry this and make sweetener. This is sage, and it is blooming, and it's absolutely gorgeous. We've got some really nice chives I need to harvest. Lemon thyme down here. Some lemon balm. Some overdone cilantro. And a pot of mint. And another baby rose that needs trimmed. I'm gonna head back over here if it's not too windy. So this container's doing pretty good. This is a watermelon, but I think he's not getting enough nutrients because he shouldn't be in this container with all this stuff. But I have this amazing eggplant. Hopefully you can see there are a bunch of baby eggplants on this. Another loaded jalapeno. Right here we've got a summer squash that I just trimmed back because he was struggling a little bit, but he is bouncing back. And then there is a cucumber in here as well. I'm having hard times with those. We've got a seed sprouting station. I'm not gonna go over that part. Then I planted some new buckets. So this is some pineapple squash, kind of similar to patty pan. And then over here we've got a golden midget watermelon, little prince eggplant, and another cucumber that I just planted. Then we've got some hanging baskets on the porch, mostly with flowers, and then a couple have strawberries. You guys missed it, but I had some really beautiful nasturtiums. I'll show you what's going on up there in a second. So then over here I planted a little container garden. It really needs some cleaning up and some love, but we've got a crookneck summer squash right here in this pot. Struggling a little bit, but he's given me a couple of these pretty squashes. You can eat them like a zucchini, or you can let them harden and then have it as like a fall decor. Then right here we have a butternut squash, which is doing so good. And he's growing some little butternuts in here, and I'm so excited about it. Then we have some tomatoes that are way overgrown. I've cut the tops off of them. They really need to go very soon. Just some cherry tomatoes and aroma. Then we have a strawberry tower right here, which is doing pretty good. Got some nice little strawberries. We've got alpine and then different kinds of red strawberries, but these are like little white yellow ones. And another strawberry tower. We've got some cherry tomatoes going out of control, yellow pear, some more celery, a newly planted artichoke, and some okra that's really getting like eaten alive. So I need to put some bug stuff down. A weird cucumber that's just producing flowers. And no cucumbers, but he seems somewhat happy, so I'm leaving him alone. And then there were more containers here that I need to put too, because they're all on drip. Then we have some more tomatoes over here, because I'm a tomato-aholic. We've got a mushroom basket here. Again, this plant kind of struggled, so I'm going to pull him once these are ripe, but they're really cool. Another sun sugar, because it's my favorite. Another Candyland, it's my second favorite. This is called Tomato Green Zebra. Kind of pretty. This one is called Tiger Stripes. And then this one's called Honey Delight. But those are behind the other ones, so they're not ready. And my dad gave me a compost bin too. Then up to the orchard area is my disaster zone. So I wanted to plant in this section right here, so I'm making a little garden bed, but there's so much concrete and tile and a bunch of stuff that we struggled with last year that it's taking me a long time. But I planted a flower, some cucumbers over here, another cucamelon, a spaghetti squash, another tomato, yellow squash over here. And then I've got to finish digging up all this. It's just really, really hard to get out. And then we've got some fruit trees and stuff back there, but they're not really doing anything at the moment, so not too exciting. So excited. I've had so much success and lots of squash and tomatoes so far. So I'm gonna go harvest some things. I'll show you guys me picking a couple things while I listen to Wake, and then I gotta fertilize and like clean up some stuff, and then we'll see what's next. Tomato haul. Okay, so I have terrible lighting and my battery is about to die, but I wanted to hop in here and let you guys know that it's 8:30 and Jeff's home. He is really tired. He's still healing from everything, and working 2 days in a row is pretty intense. Sorry, it's so bad in here. Here we go. So anyway, I finished Wake on audio and I really loved it. I'm really glad because it's got a lot of mixed reviews, but I thought it was great. There are two sisters and you get two different perspectives, and there's like the Siren-y mermaid tribe of girls, and there are some really sweet romance characters. I really enjoyed it, so it'll be like probably a 3.54 star. Went ahead and downloaded Lullaby, which is the second book, and I started that one and I am an hour and a half into it, so I'm 2 books down. I'm halfway through Seafarer's Kiss just because I didn't have any time to sit down and read today. I was just trying to get everything done. Not sure where I left off because my battery died, but anyway, I'm gonna finish the Seafarer's Kiss tonight. I just didn't have like a ton of time to read today. I was really busy doing a lot of gardening stuff because I was really behind on all the things that I needed to do around the house because I was taking care of Jeff and just life was kind of crazy. So anyway, I'm gonna finish that tonight. I've only got 100 pages and it's real small. And then I have a stack of books here that I pulled from my mermaid shelf to decide what I'm gonna read next. I'm gonna read Dark Tides at some point, but I want to read something else in between. So hopefully 3 books I can finish and hopefully 4 audiobooks, because I should be able to finish Title or Lullaby tomorrow. So we'll see. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Good morning and happy Mermaid Marathon day 3. So it's 10 o'clock and I have been up since 6:30 and I just haven't updated you guys yet, but I wanted to fill you in. So last night I finished The Seafarer's Kiss by Julia Ember. This is a tiny little, what I thought was a Little Mermaid retelling, and kind of is, but was kind of surprising. So this is a book that packs a punch. It took me like 2 hours to read like 100 pages. I don't know why. Like, it wasn't pushing myself. I was reading at my normal pace, but for some reason it just was taking me longer to get through this. However, there are so many things in this tiny little book. There's like Greek mythology in here. There are like witchy things that happen. There's stuff with like her mother. There's a female-female romance. There's a friendship with her from a childhood friend. There's like a dictator king and like all kinds of crazy things that are happening. And they have like this grading ceremony where girls get graded on how many like eggs they are, for how fertile they are, for like how they're gonna get married and all that stuff. It was really intense. This was really excellent though. I really liked it. The romance wasn't the main plot point. If you're looking for like a really heavy romance book, this one wasn't it. It was kind of about other things, but the romance is definitely a part of it, which those are kind of my favorite. I love a good like romance heavy book, but I also like when it's not the main plot point and there's a lot of other things happening, and there are so many twists and turns, and it was just very different. There's a lot of Greek mythology. We talk about Thor and Loki in here quite a bit, and it was just really interesting and really excellent. So this is probably a 4-star read for me. I know it's got like hit or miss things, and I honestly thought this was going to be one I wasn't going to like based on what people were saying, but there were some really cool things in here, and I definitely want to check out the second one at some point. Then today I had a pile of mermaid books that I was deciding to physically read because I'm going to listen to Lullaby on audio today, some more, but I couldn't figure out which book I wanted to read, and I had this huge pile and I was reading them all, and there were some that were really interesting, but most of them were part of a series, which is like, I don't know if I want to start another mermaid series when I'm in the middle of Wake, because then I get all, I don't know. If I don't read the series like really fast and it takes me a long time and I wind up having to reread them and it's a whole thing. So I actually decided, because I'm a crazy person, start Mermaid Moon by Susan Cockle. I hauled this in my June book haul, which you guys can see if you check out like a couple videos back. And this is the naked book. I mean, it is just like the most beautiful book ever, which is why I got it. It was all over Instagram. I haven't really seen anybody talking about it on YouTube yet. I think this is adult, but I'm not entirely like sure. Anyway, I was hesitant to read this for Mermaid Marathon, even though that was my plan, because it's almost 500 pages. But I was like, we'll just see how it is. And guys, I'm like 65 pages in and literally all I want to do is read this book. And I haven't felt that way in quite a while. I'm like so into it. The writing is excellent. There's so much magic. There's the perfect amount of mermaidiness and like royalty and mysterious islands, and just, there's like a witch and it's so good, and it's really good. The chapter enders are super good. It's kind of reminding me of Uprooted, like that kind of style of writing, and I'm just like flying through it. I really like this like a lot. I think this might be like a new favorite read, and I'm so stoked because it's so beautiful, and I was hoping that I'd feel that way. So yeah, it's really cool. It starts off really good and I'm just so excited. Yay. So I'm kind of in a little bit of a funk today. I'm trying to decide what to do. I've got some work to do. I've got more errands and things and just like cleaning and madness. So I'll just do that and listen to Tidal. I don't know if I'm going to have much to vlog. We'll see. Yeah, I'm going to read a little bit more before I start my day officially, because I did some work and things earlier today. And then I need to walk ledge at some point, but it's kind of raining, which I haven't brought this up yet. Okay, normally every time I film like Mermaid Marathon or Reading Rush or anything in the summer, or even like in the late fall, I'm like complaining about the heat, because it doesn't get like crazy hot here in Southern California, like 80s to mid 80s, occasional 90s, but I don't have air conditioning. So if it gets anywhere close to like mid 80s, my house gets like in the 90s and it gets totally unbearable and insane, and I only have an air unit in my bedroom, so I have to kind of hide out in there. And normally I'm like complaining and like having to go to the beach and all this stuff, and it has been like 74 for like a million years. It rained today, which I don't think I've I've lived here 6 years and it has never rained in June or July or anything like that. So really crazy. I kind of miss summer, but with everything going on, I just haven't had the desire to like go to the beach and stuff as much as I normally would. So I'm kind of okay with it. Plus we'll get like warmer weather the rest of the time and it lasts until October. But it's been really nice that I haven't been hot in my house, and it's really good for vlogging and stuff too. So just wanted to bring that up because everyone's like, this is how it always is. And I'm pretty sure last year during Mermaid Marathon at the same time, I was like, it's so hot, I'm dying. So anyway, I'm gonna go get going. Hope you guys are having a good day and see you soon. Okay, so it is like 1:30 in the afternoon and I'm taking Ledge on his walk and my walk. But it is definitely cool and a little bit sprinkly. So I don't know what's happening with July, but later we're going over to my parents for my brother's birthday, so I gotta make a bunch of salsa and stuff, but I'm gonna listen to Lullaby while we go on our walk, and then hopefully I can read some more before we go because I'm freaking loving Mermaid Moon. I'm so excited. So talk to you guys soon. Hi guys, hopefully you can see me here. So it is 5:45. I'm waiting on Jeff to come home. We're gonna head to my parents and have like a little Mexican dinner for my brother's birthday tonight. It's gonna be kind of a long day because it takes about 45 minutes to get there. So I just wanted to pop in here real quick and give you guys an update because I just made a bunch of like pico and salsa verde and stuff with some of my tomatoes and onions. Feeling very proud. You'll have to forgive the repeat of the headband. I just got it on Monday and I'm kind of excited about it. So let's talk about Lullaby. So I finished this just now. So now I am 3 books for 3 days, which is like the best I can wait for. So I'm really enjoying this series. I'm totally bummed because I can't find the 3rd book on audio, at least on Overdrive or Scribd. So I'm gonna look around a couple more places and see if I can find it because I would really like to just knock this entire series out. The last book is pretty long. I heard Tidal is where people started to kind of peter off, but I'm a like series finisher, so I'm wondering if they just were tired of being in this world, whereas I'm like really enjoying it. I love the sisterly bond, I love the guy romances, and I love the like snotty siren girls. So I really enjoyed it. I am really excited that I'm finally going through the series, so I'll have to pick the 3rd book up after this readathon if I can't find it on audio. But I just randomly decided to start Mermaid's Sister, I don't think you can really see that, by Carrie Ann Noble. So I found this one on Scribd and I've had it on my radar for a little bit. It came out like 5 years ago, another YA book. It's a breakthrough novel award winner for young adult fiction, won a couple of different awards. So it says there's no cure for who you truly are, and it's set in a cottage atop Lanfair Mountain. 16-year-old Clara lives with her sister Marin and guardian Auntie. By day, they gather herbs for Auntie's healing potions. Yay, plants. By night, Auntie spins tales of faraway lands and wicked fairies. Clara's favorite story tells of 3 orphan infants. Clara, who was brought to Auntie by a stork, Marin, who arrived in a seashell, and their best friend O'Neill, who was found beneath an apple tree. One day, Clara discovers shimmering scales just beneath her sister's skin, and she realized that Marin is becoming a mermaid. So this sounds really great, and it's got like a potion-y element. It's only 7 hours, so I can definitely finish it tomorrow and see if I like it. The audiobook narrator is really good. It's Kate Rudd, who I've never listened to her, but I really liked it. So that's what I'm starting. I'm gonna listen to it on the way there. Jeff will have to bear with me. I never fully updated you on Mermaid Moon, so I'm 110 pages in. I literally had to force myself to stop reading this morning, and I haven't been able to pick it back up, but I can't wait, and I haven't felt that way for a while. It's reminding me of like Uprooted, the way that it's written. It's written like a fairy tale, and it's written really well. It's actually kind of clever and funny and romantic and sassy, and there's like this obnoxious baron's son who's kind of like a snotty prince, and he like sleeps with all the girls, and he's like haha, peasants, and he's just like a really funny character that I really like. So I'm loving this. I feel like it might be like one of my favorite books of the year if it keeps going the way it is. The chapters are ending well. It's extremely fast-paced. You get the main character's perspective, and then you're following other people's perspective. It is YA. I'm so excited. This might be like my favorite book I've purchased and everything. Oh, I hope it continues to be this good. I saw some other reviews that kind of said the same thing, that they were shocked about how good it was. So hopefully I have really good things to say during this vlog, and I was really worried about getting done in time because it's like 500 pages, but I think it's gonna be no problem and I might even be able to finish one more book. So I'm feeling really jazzed. I'm excited that this marathon's going so well. My friend Brittany's doing a really good job too. So anyway, that's what's going on. I might film a little bit more later tonight. I'm probably gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna bring my book because it's kind of fancy. So I might just wait until I get home to read more of it. But I'll definitely listen to some more audiobook tonight, and then I'll read some more before I go to bed if I'm not too tired. So that's what's going on. And yeah, just kind of mostly stayed home today. I actually met a lady to do a trade. So you guys know how I trade books, but now I've been trading crops. So it's like people that have an abundance of food, and they are on this like group on Facebook and they trade food. And my mom has an orchard with like lemons and grapefruits and all that stuff. And I've been trading like lemons and grapefruits and avocados for different things. So today I met this lady in a parking lot and I traded her for apples. So that was really, really fun because I love homegrown apples. I almost can't stand store-bought apples. We used to have an apple tree and there's a humongous difference. So that's something really fun that I've been doing too, is I've been going to these like crop swap gatherings, kind of like a free farmer's market. And I've been bringing like a couple things from my own garden, not a ton because I'm just going to be using a lot of it. But I've grown like seedlings, and I've got seeds and like stuff from my mom's orchard. Then I've gotten a bunch of things and made some cool friends. So I'm having a pretty good week so far, which is great because the last few weeks have been exhausting. So I will check in with you guys once I know more. Bye. Good morning. Happy Mermaid Marathon, day 5. Sorry, it's a little bit weird lighting in here this morning, and I don't look the greatest, but that's okay. So it is Friday, July 3rd, and I'm really sorry I didn't vlog more yesterday. I worked all day, and then I came home and I talked to my friend who's also doing Mermaid Marathon, and I made dinner and just did a bunch of things. So I did read before I went to bed. I read another like 60, 70 pages of Mermaid Moon. Like I'm almost at the 200 page mark, which is awesome. I didn't really listen to any audiobooks yesterday either. So there's always at least one day of readathons where it's kind of like that, where I just don't get much in, especially if I'm not working from home. So today I have some game plans. I just finished walking Ledge. He's like dead on the floor. He's like, we did 40 minutes, tried to get out there before it got too hot. It's actually starting to warm up a little bit more and have like a real summer vibes. So I started The Mermaid Sister on audiobook a couple days ago. It's really cool. It's like, I think it's also set on an island, and basically this old lady has these stories of finding these two girls. She says one arrived in a clamshell with like a seashell hat and she was of the sea, and then another one arrived of the stork with like feathers on her. Whatever, she's got these fairy tales that she tells them and says like their destiny is to be these things when they grow up. And then like the neighboring guy also found a boy delivered by like a monster or something. I don't know. It's really, really, really magical, and there's like balls, and the mermaid girl can't wait to like go and be a part of the ocean, but then her sister's like freaking out about it. It's really good, and it's got like that old-timey feel that I really like. Probably like an hour and a half into that, and it's really short. But today I started Salt and Storm by Kendall Culper on audio for a couple reasons. One, this was on my TBR. I kind of had it in my brain anyway. And this one is not mermaidy, but it's like oceany, islandy, witchy type thing going on. There are like these witches on this island, and it's like got a lot of ocean lore and stuff like that. I pretty much love any island setting as well. And so my friend Brittany got this one. She's starting an audiobook as well. And one of my favorite narrators, Lauren Fortgang, reads this one. And I'm really in the mood for her. She's kind of my audiobook narrator I'm reading more and more from. She read Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black, and I really loved her then. And then I just finished Once in Future from her. If my wrap up is up where I talk about it, I'll link that up here in the cards. But she narrates this one. She's doing a great job. Super magical. There's like an island, and a girl's mom and grandma are like the witch of the island, and she wants to become the next witch of Roe Island, but her mom doesn't want her to, so her mom kind of binds some magic to her to keep her from doing it. So she kind of tells like fortunes and predicts the future to pass the time, but there's going to be like a whole adventure thing happening. So this one's 10 hours. I think I can for sure finish this one and Mermaid Sister. I'm hoping I can finish at least one more audiobook in as well, just because I'm on a roll and I'm really loving everything that I'm starting. So that's what I'm doing on audiobook. Like I said, have 200 pages of Mermaid Moon. Still absolutely loving it. They did have a section where they kind of described how like the mer people have like sex with the land people, and it was kind of weird. I mean, I get why they put it in there because it's kind of like, okay, well, how does this work? But it was kind of strange. Not my favorite part, but the rest of it was awesome and really magical, and it's completely fabulous. Every time I end a chapter, I just want to keep going because it's written so well. So that's awesome. But I think I'm also going to start Dark Tides, which is the self-published book that I made from a new friend, JJ Marshall, that I did part of the giveaway for. It's a Little Mermaid retelling, but it's adult, so it's got some darker themes to it for sure. That one's like 210 pages. I don't think I'm going to fly through it as fast as everything else, just because I haven't been doing that with anything except Mermaid Moon. I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit nervous about it because apparently there's a part in it that everyone I know that has read it has been kind of grossed out by, and they're a little bit tougher than I am, and I don't know if it's like a sexual part or like a monster part or a gory part or what's happening. So I'm a little bit nervous about it because I really want to like it. They gave it 4 stars, like my friend Brittany and a bunch of her friends like all really liked it anyway. So yeah, I'm curious, but I think I'm going to start that and kind of, again, intermix Mermaid Moon and that one and try and finish them. And Brittany's already read it, so I'd like to call and talk to her about it. It'd be really fun. So today is my sister's birthday. I'm not going to do anything with her until tonight. I was over there yesterday. So it was my brother's on Wednesday, and now it's my sister's. I've got like her presents and everything all wrapped up. We're going out to a really nice restaurant tonight with the family, which I'm really excited about because we have only gone out to eat like one time since like February. So I'm really pumped. Sorry, Jeff called and I lost my train of thought. Anyway, today I have to work a little bit and I'm going to do some gardening stuff if it's not too hot. I really need to deal with my tomato situation. They're growing incredibly tall and they no longer have supports on the top part, so I either have to like trim them down or find a way to stake them up, or I don't know. I'm going to go to Lowe's because I have to get something for my sister's birthday present. Jeff was making her like a D&D thing and he needed something from Lowe's. So I'm going to go there and I might get some more stakes or something. So again, just another day kind of at home. I might show you what I'm doing with the tomatoes if I can figure out a plan, because I didn't expect them to get so big. They're like 7 feet tall and I knew they'd get tall, but I just didn't think they'd get tall this quickly because it's not really been hot and apparently they're loving where they are and I gotta pick a bunch of food. So we'll see. Also, my dishwasher's broken, so that's been a whole thing as well. Anyway, hope you guys are having fun and I'll check in soon. Okay, today's tomato harvest, but I got all of these today, and all of these is about 3 pounds of cherry tomatoes and like 1.5 of regular. So this is a like called an Aladdin's lamp type of like beefsteak heirloom. These are like all lemon boys, and then I have these cherry tomatoes from before. So today I'm going to dehydrate these and see if I like that version of like sun-dried tomatoes but with the dehydrator. Not these, but the cherries, and see how I feel. Okay, this is the disaster tomato situation I have right now. They just keep growing. Like I cut their tops off, and so I got some more sticks. I might have to just call it quits if they start snapping. These cages weren't the best, which I kind of knew. I just didn't think they would last this long because their buckets are so small. But for some reason this last week they started growing like more intensely and with a vengeance. Look at this. I mean, this is just crazy. Nothing like what I have up there, which is way more organized and put together. So these 2 sections are the ones I'm going to work on. This one's just getting started, so it's okay. That one needs a little bit of work, but it's not like this is going to break. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Okay, I'm all fancy now because we're getting ready to go to dinner, but I wanted to show you guys the situation because it was not fun. And it's definitely just going to be temporary, but they're loaded down with tomatoes and I want to get the last little bit off this section, so I'll show you what I wound up doing. So I trimmed quite a bit, and then I used these like poles, these longer poles, and some string to kind of contain everything, and I just like twisted them around. But like, check out all of like these fruits. There is just so many tomatoes left and I want to get them harvested if possible. I just can't believe these got so big so fast in these little tiny pots. Hey babes. Hey baby. So that's that. We're getting ready to leave here soon. I read a little bit more of Mermaid Moon, probably like 30 pages, and I listened to over half of Salt and Storm, and I'm listening with Brittany, and it's been really fun. It's really mysterious and kind of sad. We'll tell you guys more what it's about tomorrow when I have a little more time to kind of talk to the camera. So yeah, we're gonna go to dinner and celebrate my sister's birthday, and then I'll come home and I'll probably read tonight, so we'll see what I can get filmed.
Why are you keeping secrets? It's not my birthday. Look, it's so bright.
Good, you can't see my hair. That's a big thing.
Good morning, happy Mermaid Marathon, day 6. Jeff is here, he's driving. He hasn't been driving me around as much since he's been feeling kind of bad. It's 4th of July, so we're headed over to my parents' house because they live, technically it's illegal to do fireworks in California, but our neighbors do fireworks a lot, and it drives the monster. Where is he at? There he is. Oh, he's so tired. Nuts, and they won't do them as much at my parents' house because it's way easier to start fires and things, and they're a little bit more like excluded. So we're gonna go over there and just have some lunch and hang out, and I brought my books with me. We're gonna try to get a lot of reading done. Just gonna have a chill day. It's pretty hot today too, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna listen to my audiobook too, but I really wanna get some reading done so that I can get both of these books done because I only have 2 days left and I've been reading kind of slow in general, so we'll see how it goes. Happy Mermaid Marathon, day 7. So, I'm really sorry I didn't really film anymore yesterday. I wasn't feeling the best, and then we were just kind of like hanging out and playing games and eating and all kinds of fun things. I really didn't have time to read or listen to anything, so that's a little intense. So today I have 2 audiobooks and 2 physical books to finish, but my goal is going to be to finish Salt and Storm and Mermaid Moon, and then I really want to finish Dark Tides while I'm vlogging, so if I have to, I'll finish it tomorrow just so you guys can see my reaction of whether or not I liked it and all that stuff. I won't count it for the actual Mermaid Marathon, but I do want to make sure to get that on film. I did read 60 pages yesterday in the car ride, so I did do that, and it's really a fast read, but I really want to finish Mermaid Moon because I'm liking it so much. So that's the plan for today. It's 11 o'clock and it's really hot already. However, there's like a portion of my garden that the sun hasn't hit yet. So I'm gonna go and like harvest a bunch of food because there's a lot of stuff ready, and then maybe clean up some things in the shade, and then I'm gonna make some lunch, and then I'll figure out what I need to do like around the house and things like that. So check in soon. And I'll listen to Salt and Storm on audiobook while I do that. My friend Brittany finished it yesterday and she said she cried, and she like never cries. And it's kind of sad in like a good and a bad way, so I'm really like, I'm worried about it. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, quite a good harvest. I got a couple of eggplants, some herbs, tons of tomatoes, and there's even a cucumber down there and some green beans. Are you a little bit sleepy? What's with all the feet and the ears? You a little tired? I'm tired, babes. It's a lot of feet. It's a lot of feet. Okay, forgive the dishwasher. Hopefully it's not too loud. So I finished Salt and Storm on audio, you guys. Let me go into the living room. So I finished Salt and Storm on audio and it was really, really good, but I'll talk more in depth about it tomorrow, probably when I'm wrapping everything up. And then I read another 70 pages in Mermaid Moon, so I only have like 160 left. I think I can finish it tonight. And then I have a couple hours left in Mermaid Sister, which I do have to do a walk tonight, so I don't know if I can knock that out or not, but I'll definitely knock it out tomorrow really early so that I can at least talk about it. And then hopefully Dark Tides as well. So that's how today is going, and I just wanted to show you what we're making for dinner because it's finally hot. It's officially summer now. It was like 87 today and it's like 85 the rest of the week and the next 10 days, so that's pretty warm for us, especially because we don't have air conditioning, so the inside of the house is like 81, but that's okay. So I just want to show you what we're having for dinner because Jeff grilled a bunch of stuff. So he grilled us some chicken and then like different kinds of squash that I have, and then the eggplant that I harvested, which is right here, and I've got some chives and some ranch to put on some potatoes, and it's gonna be delicious. Okay, so I just finished filming my Reading Rush TBR, and I thought I'd come in here because it's Tuesday and I don't want it to be too long after Mermaid Marathon before I do my wrap up. So, a couple of sad things. I did not finish Mermaid Moon in time. I just didn't want to rush it because I'm enjoying it so much. I only have like 100 pages left, but I want to like kind of savor it because I'm really liking it. So you guys will have to just wait and see how I feel about it in my July wrap up. Didn't finish Dark Tides either, which I feel really, really bad about, but I know a lot of people who really liked it and I will finish it this month, so just stay tuned. So for audiobooks, I finished Wake by Amanda Hocking, Lullaby by Amanda Hocking, and I also finished Salt and Storm by Kendall Culper, and I finished it like yesterday pretty early. I finished The Mermaid Sister by Anna Carey Noble. And so these probably 3.5, 4 stars. This one like 4.5, 4 stars. Really loved it. It was so magical and wonderful. Can't wait to talk about this one more. And then The Mermaid Sister, which I didn't talk a lot about in this vlog, was fantastic. It wound up having like a circus element and a like really nice romance and just a lot of magic, and it was really, really excellent. All of my choices this month, or this readathon, were totally awesome, and I'm really, really excited about it. Sadly, the only book I physically finished was The Seafarer's Kiss, which was like a 4-star for me as well. And then I basically finished another book because Mermaid Moon was gigantic, but I'm really glad that I started it. And overall, I had a really great reading week, and I was kind of chill about everything and relaxed for once in my life, and it was just really great. I got through a lot of things I've been wanting to get through for quite a while. Really enjoyed all of them. My friend Brittany also has reading vlogs. I'll post those down below in the comments. And she really loved almost everything she read too. And yeah, it just got me all hyped up on mermaids and makes me want to read even more. So let me know if you guys participated down below in the comments. I'd love to talk to you about it. And next year we'll make it even better. I've got some things in mind. Also, I plan on hosting, little sneak peek, 2 readathons coming up. I'm going to host the hike-a-thon again, which I don't remember what time of year I did it last year. Sometime in December, I'll be hosting the hike-a-thon. If you don't know what that is, look for hike-a-thon on my channel, and it kind of explains. It's like a mix of reading and exercising. And then I'm going to host a like spooky reads, not spooky reads readathon as well in the first week of October, which I'm really, 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 really excited about because I love fall. I love it so much, and I'm already ready because it's already hot. It's summertime. So let me know how you guys feel about that, and I will see you guys next time on The Bright Side. Thanks for watching. Bye!